Okay guys, welcome back to the channel, and as mentioned, we've now got a Metalmorph Red Eyes deck profile for you. I might do a pure Metalmorph deck profile for you guys, maybe later. I like to play my decks before I do the deck profiles, so that I actually know what the fuck I'm talking about. Maybe a little bit. But yeah, just to have a little understanding. So I'm just trying to find the best way to do that, because yeah, maybe just play loads of hand traps. Or I've seen people play with Bestial Engine, so maybe I'll give that a go. But yeah, for now, yeah, this is what I've come up with. Obviously, it's pretty good. Obviously, it has a negate, and then obviously this is pops. So obviously we'll discuss that in the video. But yeah, without further ado, guys, let's just get into it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Obviously, most of my content now is Red Eyes, just because. And if I'm honest, I'm not really enjoying Yu-Gi-Oh! And when I've tried to play other things like Chimera or Branded, it's just not driving with me, it's not messing. But even though I play Red Eyes and I lose a lot, it's just still, I just have fun. So yeah, I'm just trying to have fun, man. So yeah. So obviously, for those cards, obviously we've got one Red Eyes Black Full Metal Dragon. You don't need to play more than this. There's literally 4 cards that get you to this, obviously itself, and then 3 more. So yeah, so what it does is, obviously it can't be normal summon set, must be special summoned with max Metalmorph that was activated by tributing a level 5 or higher dragon monster. You can reveal this card in your hand, set 1 Metalmorph trap from your deck, and if you do, shuffle this card into the deck. When your opponent activates a card or effect, quick effect, you can negate the activation, then you can inflict damage to your opponent equal to the original attack of 1 attack position monster your opponent currently controls. You can only use each effect of Red Eyes Black Full Metal Dragon once per turn. So obviously you reveal this in hand, you'll set your max Metalmorph, and then you'll shuffle this back, which I really like. I think that's a really cool like sort of gimmick, because then if you draw this, it's now it's not a brick. And say like you drew this and you drew max Metalmorph. Like Max Metalmorph, you can actually still summon from hand, but it doesn't neg you. So I really like that you can put this back and then you can summon it from deck. So I think Konami did a really good job with that. I think that's a really good idea. And yeah. Then obviously we've got Metal Zoa X. I like that they kind of done these. Like, I like that pretty much this year they've done a lot of like revamping old archetypes. I think is really cool. Or old things, like Metalmorph is not really an archetype, but it was in the old anime, and I really like that. I like that approach. I think the way Chimera is like the perfect way for a deck to be, in my opinion. That's all I want them to do with Red Eyes. I just want them to make it like a rogue option. Like, it's not the greatest. You can maybe top a regional with it or something like that. And it's just still really fun to play. I would love them to do that with Red Eyes, but yeah, it is what it is. So this has the same effect at the beginning as Black Metal. So must be special summoned with max Metalmorph that was activated by tributing a level 5 or higher fiend this time. So obviously, because this is from Red Eyes, it Metalmorphs Red Eyes, and this is Metalmorph of Zoa. So yeah, you can reveal this card in your hand, set a Metalmorph trap from your deck, and if you do, shuffle this card into the deck. You can only use this effect of Metal Zoa X once per turn, twice per turn. When your opponent activates a monster effect or spell card or effect, you can target 1 face-up monster your opponent currently controls, destroy it. So what that means is basically your opponent can activate a monster's effect, and then you can pop monster, and then another time you can do it. So it doesn't have to be 2 at the same time, the same as like the Fiendsmith Lacrima or whatever it is. So yeah, this is basically a double pop for monsters, and this is a negate, which I think is really cool. It kind of like does both things. There's not much for spells. Obviously this is a spell negate as well, but this would be nice if it was pop a card on the field. That would be really cool. So this card, I really like this new card, but also I'm super disappointed by it. So we played obviously Zoa, the Fiendish Beast. So the reason why this card is good, because essentially, I'll read it out and then we'll talk about it. If your opponent controls a monster, you can normal summon this card without tributing. You can only use each of the following effects of Zoa the Fiendish Beast once per turn. If this card is in your hand, you can special summon this card in defense position. Then, if Max Metalmorph is not in your graveyard, your opponent can special summon one monster from their hand during your main phase. You can set one Metalmorph trap from your deck. So, I don't like that. I think this would be really good, and I would play it in my I'd play it in my Red Eyes build more if, like my normal Red Eyes, not like with Metalmorph. Because it's a level 7, so it's a good extender, but why does this have to have the restriction of giving your opponent the chance to special summon if Max Metalmorph is not in the grave? It's too slow, because to get Max Metalmorph in the grave, because there's no way that I've seen to foolish it, you'd have to use it. So this is a turn 3 card, and I just don't think that's good enough. I don't think it's good. Obviously you can normal it, so you can play it as like a normal summon for just the Metalmorph stuff, but if you're playing it in Red Eyes, then obviously you need your normal for Black Metal. So yeah, really disappointed, but obviously it is really good because also it's another way to set your Max Metalmorph. Then we play one Metal Illusionist. So this is essentially just another copy of Zoa, because when it's normal summoned, you are able to set a Metalmorph trap from your deck. Then if Max Metalmorph is in your graveyard, you can draw a card, which is obviously very good, but the main effect is that I play this at 1, is because you can declare one other monster type, this card becomes that type. So obviously for Black Full Metal, it needs to be dragons you tribute, and for Metal Zoa, it needs to be fiends. So obviously dragons are really easy to come by because obviously we play Red Eyes, but fiends, we only have the 2 Zoa. So Metal Illusionist just gives us another fiend, essentially. Because it also raises its level, because obviously you have to triple level 5 or higher. Increase this card's level by 4 during your opponent's turn only. So, yeah. So the last few cards, obviously Incoming Machine. So this is essentially just add one of these monsters. Add one monster that mentions Max Metalmorph or Metalmorph trap from your deck to your hand. If you control a Metalmorph trap, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one defense position monster your opponent controls, change it to face up attack position. So that can be really good, obviously, because if you're shutting your opponent out and then they put their monsters in defense just to kind of wall up, then obviously you can banish this to then put it in attack mode, because when this is equipped with Metalmorph, this becomes 3800, so it's pretty good. Then finally, I just play the 2 Max Metalmorph. I don't play the Time Engine one because I think the Time Engine one only matters if these 2 go to the graveyard. It only activates if a machine goes to the graveyard. I will find it and read it to you guys so you can see, but I don't think it's good enough. So we just play the 2 Max Metalmorph. It'd be really good if there was a way to get this out of grave. Maybe like future support they will do that, but for now, tribute 1 face up monster, special summon 1 monster that cannot be normal summon set and mentions Max Metalmorph from your hand, deck or graveyard. Then you can equip this card to it with the following effect. The equipped monster gains 400 attack and defense, it cannot be destroyed by spell or monster effects. Also, your opponent cannot target it with monster effects or spell cards or effects. You can only activate 1 per turn. So obviously, yeah, like I said, it's just, this is how you're going to get out one of your boss monsters, and you have to tribute either Zoa, a level 5 higher fiend, so possibly you can play it in Unchained somehow, or I wouldn't suggest that, but yeah, you could, because obviously that will summon out your Metal Zoa, or you can tribute a level 5 or higher dragon, and then summon out your Full Metal for a negate. But yeah, that's it for the new Metalmorph cards, and then we'll just fly through the rest of the deck, because essentially it doesn't change too much as I've found. I am going to test Red Eye Soul again, but for now this is all we got. So 3 Red Eyes Black Dragon. It's Red Eyes Black Dragon. I bumped it up to 3 recently just because I've made sure I've got 3 Flare Metals, so you kind of need 3 Flare Metals in your deck. If you've got 3 Flare Metals in your extra deck, you need 3 Red Eyes Black Dragon, really, in my opinion. 3 Red Eyes Black Meteor Dragon. 3 Black Metal Dragon. Best card in the deck. Obviously, you can loop this twice, and I will, at the end of this video, show you a 2-card combo. Sorry, I've got a really dry throat. We've got one Blackstone of Legend, just really good at like shuffling stuff back and like getting some recursion going. So you can actually, although Max Metalmorph can shuffle back can summon from grave, you can actually shuffle back like your, like if you needed to, you could shuffle back this, then maybe add it with black metal, and then set up a Max Metalmorph again on a different turn. So yeah. One Red Eyes alternative, you need it for the 2-card combo. I'll show it to you in a little while. One Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. Yeah, like it's crazy. Like this card is in Edison, and it is still like a mainstay in the Red Eyes deck. Obviously, it's a really good card, but the fact that this is not being power crept for Red Eyes and they've got more support is crazy. Like, how long has this been out? How long has this been out? How long has this been out? Like, the only really new monsters is this that come out, what, this year or last year, and Alternative that came out a couple of years ago. And even this is not really good enough. So, yeah. One Dark Magician, that's obviously an honorary Red Eyes card because we need to make Dragoon. Then obviously I play one Red Eyes Fusion. Yeah, you just need it for follow-up to add it with Black Meteor. And then last is 1-for-1. This should have black metal in the middle. It should have black metal artwork because this is essentially just another copy of black metal, because we want to be getting to black metal. We want to get our searches. We want to get our this is the only way we get multiple summons, because you can loop this twice, sometimes 3 times depending. Then obviously moving on, much similar to my last deck profile. Obviously I think Fenrir is going to be a mainstay in Red Eyes just because it's a level 7, it's a free body, and then obviously you only need that to be able to get Rise Heart, and you've already got 1 Flare Metal. Or this is just another level 7. So this is an interruption by itself, and it adds you a level 7 extender. So that's why I just think Fenrir is just a mainstay. One Noctovision because we're playing all dragons, so there's no reason not to play it, because again, it's all dragons. We're going to be special in summon a dragon, and then we get to draw a card, because obviously cards, it's just hard for card advantage now. We don't really get much playing Red Eyes, so you kind of need to play it, in my opinion. Then one Bestial Magnamut, obviously it searches basically all the good cards in your deck, so you've got to play it. One Drua's Worm, just to add occasionally off the Magnamut if you want like additional interruption, or if you've got a line of play that you can use this well. And then that's it for the rest of the monster lineups. We kind of got like the miscellaneous part. So one Return of the Dragon Lords, just another extender, and obviously it has protection as well, built-in protection. So if a dragon type monster you control would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can banish this card from the graveyard instead. One called by, like, what do you need to say? Rivalry. I don't know why I can't say that word. Rivalry of the Warlords. So this is one you can potentially cut, just because obviously if we do go for the Fiend stuff, then this becomes super redundant. You can't really use it because you'll lock yourself into Fiends, and you just don't play that many Fiends. So do be careful, but most of the deck, like 80%, 90% of the deck are dragons. So I just think this is really, really good. You can obviously side it out if you go up against matchups like Yugioh and stuff like that, because they're all Fiends, but against like other decks, so like Asmina, Fiendsmith, Snake Eye, Fire King, all that garbage, this just puts in a lot of work. 2 2 talents. This deck is really bad at going second. Let's not beat around the bush. Like, it's really bad at going second. So just play the 2 talents, because you can't play through hand traps either. So if you get hand trapped once, then you want to be looking in the hand and ripping or drawing 2 cards to try and continue to push through. As I said, going second is really hard, so we're just going to turn off the board and maybe wipe the board. We just want to get rid of everything that they have as much as possible. And there's not many negates going on. Obviously, Asmina have one. If they play the Fiendsmith stuff, then that's a negate. But yeah, overall, yeah, Especially against like rogue or options, we just need to get rid of stuff because otherwise we can't play. We just can't. We don't have the power of like Dragon Link where you can just push through. For the extra deck, speed through this one. So obviously 1 Dragoon, 1 Meteor. These are like your options with Red Eyes Fusion. It's up to you which one you use. Normally Dragoon is a pretty good one, but sometimes this comes up to burn for a gain or to put someone under pressure. Then we've got obviously our Red Eyes Flare Dragons. Flare Meta Dragons, 3 of those. 1 Shang, 1 Dark Armed, 1 Darkest Dragon Doom Rider, 1 Big Eye. This is kind of a funny one. I spoke about it in my last video where I was actually playing Noir, but then actually thinking about it and doing it, I've gone for the Happiness just because if you try to use the effect to negate all the monsters and they stop it, it's still 2500 attack, so you can still, at least it's something that can beat over, whereas Noir is only 1100, so that's why I've gone for Happiness now. 1 Zeus, and then last 4 Striker, Pisty, Seals, and Little Knight. Little Knight super going to be super affordable. At the time of recording this, Bonanza comes out in a week, so well, a little under a week. So yeah, let me know what you think, guys. How are you playing Red Eyes? Are you playing with the Fiendsmith? What am I talking about? Level 6s. The Primite stuff, or are you going to play more with the Metalmorph stuff? The Metalmorph stuff is cool, and I think with more support, it's going to be really, really good. I'd love to see them do something with Axe Raider or something, but yeah. Overall, I think I'm really looking forward to it. I can't lie. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'm gonna do a little 2-card combo now to show you what it is. So yeah, let's get into that. Okay, guys. So just gonna show you a real quick 2-card combo. I think you just need to know this. This can be alternative or darkness metal. It doesn't matter, but obviously you need black metal. So it is a 2-card combo. If you got 1 for 1, there's a 3-card combo, or 2.5, whatever. Yeah, it don't matter. But yeah, you just need these really. So yeah, so normal summon, link it off for Striker. You can do Striker or Pisty. It doesn't particularly matter which one you use. Just yeah, whatever. Effective black metal. We're gonna add our darkness metal. We're obviously gonna banish our Striker. Summon darkness metal, then we're going to use the effect, summon back our black metal. We're going to link off the black metal to summon Pisty. Then we're going to use black metal again. That's going to add us our alternative. We're now going to summon our Meteor by sending our Red Eyes to the graveyard. We're going to tribute the darkness metal for the alternative, because obviously this has the effect that where is it? Must be special summoned from your hand by tributing 1 Red Eyes monster from your hand or field. So that's a Red Eyes monster, so we tribute it to do that. These are both level 7s now, so obviously this is going to become our Flare Mail. Then we're obviously going to detach, always detach the Meteor, because you want the Red Eyes Fusion follow up. Summon back Red Eyes Black Dragon, then obviously link these two to make Seals. So that's just like the easiest 2-card combo, just to make like Seals Flare pass. So every time your opponent does anything, they're obviously going to take on resolution. Remember that, guys, on resolution this burns. It's not like Masquerade in Branded where they burn to play a card. This is they burn after they've resolved the card, which is annoying because if they imperm you, they don't pay for that, which is yeah annoying, but it is what it is. So obviously they're burning every time they do something, and then obviously we've got a bounce, and then if you play like the Albaz package or anything like that, then obviously that's what you're going to summon from this. If not, you're just going to summon like Magnuma or something like that. So yeah, and obviously you would still have what, 3 cards in hand. This could be anything, you know, more extension or something like that. So yeah, that is essentially the 2-card combo, guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe button. There'll be plenty of Red Eyes content coming soon. I'm potentially going to YCS Bologna and I'm probably going to play Red Eyes. If not, in February there's YCS Birmingham in England, and I will 100% be going to that. So yeah, just stay tuned guys, there's going to be plenty of Red Eyes content. Yeah, thanks for watching.